Hey folks, this is Fernando doing another video here for Tomorrow Survivalist. I don't remember if I did a Pocket EDC update for January 2015. If I didn't, maybe there wasn't anything worth mentioning. There's a couple different things that I've changed. Not a lot. It's basically the same setup. So let's get started. First of all, same cell phone as before. The OtterBox Defender case, and using a Note 2 Galaxy Note 2. Android has been so much better for me than iPhone. I don't really understand why anyone would be using iPhone by now. The advantages are just overwhelming. To be honest, I even think a little bit less of a person if I see them using an iPhone. I mean, just using a normal micro USB port, connecting your cell phone to your computer, moving data around without having to using any of that silly iTunes thing, and the connectivity in general with Android is so much better. I mean, a separate video would be required, but as of right now, there's basically the difference is so massive. I don't think that Apple would be around if it weren't for the amount of money they put in marketing and showing up in all those movies where you see the Apple cell phones and laptops and such. Android definitely better, and with a larger screen, which is something that apparently Apple only now realize, maybe 3-4 years behind in the game. But with a large cell phone like this, with a big screen, you can do a lot of things. Larger battery as well. You know, so much better on so many levels. Of course, the OtterBox Defender case keeps it safe from all those bumps and such. In terms of keychain, same as before. And yes, I included the little. I have the Vox pry bar here. I realize I move a lot, so I'm going to be trying to control that a little bit. Boker Vox titanium pry bar. Not using it a lot, as I mentioned many times before. I did change. We have the saddleback leather tag there, and of course my car keys. I did change. This would be one of the things I changed. The little LED lights, which I like having in both my keychains. This one I changed for the True Utility Nano Light. There's a True Utility Nano Light, which I did the video review yesterday. So tiny, so small. Still 4 lumens, which is pretty decent. Getting it there to focus, turning it on like that. Compared to my flashlight, and this is the moonlight mode, which I do like having, or as TrueNight calls it, the Firefly mode, which is 0.1 lumens. As you see, it's still decent enough as to see, but 4 lumens is definitely brighter. And it's so freakishly small. Brass construction, apparently. So yeah, I actually replaced it in the keychain last night after doing the review. The thing I can say about it is that it's definitely the smallest flashlight that I have, and if it holds up well, it may be something worth considering for you guys that don't want to have lots of stuff in your keychain but still would like to have a tiny flashlight. In terms of flashlights, the TrueNight T10T titanium using AA. I'm liking it a lot. It's very bright, at least bright enough for my needs. I like that you can use it both as a twisty or clicky, depending on what you want to be using. You have that nice slick titanium construction, orange peel reflector, anti-reflex coating there. Overall, a very nice flashlight. The light is actually of very good quality. Because of the orange peel reflector, it spills nicely, and being neutral white, it's a pretty useful color. And of course a whistle, so as to have a little signaling, both visual and sound signaling possibilities in the same flashlight. In terms of knife, still using the German Army knife, this one by Victorinox, with a couple of different modifications that I did myself. A clip that I added. I got one of these that doesn't come originally with the GAC, with the German Army knife, but it's nice to have the small screwdriver. Comes in handy many times. And yes, the tip that I modified so as to have that clip point for that detailed type of job. Very nice. I actually used it yesterday to remove an micro SD, no, a SIM card from a cell phone. Then you need to press a tab and push. I use that for that. You know, just great for all those little detailed tasks. Or maybe a bigger blade or something not as fine as that tip would not work. Anything that it needs a little bit more prying and such, I'm going to be using this part. Thinking about getting one of those metal covers that they have that usually come with the German Army knife. It's like a metal fold that covers the serrations and makes it a little bit handier for whenever you have to use it more as a prying tool. I think I'm going to be getting that replaced there. In terms of lighter, my old Zippo with Relic Raiders badges. Relic Raider is a guy online that makes these badges, or at least used to make them. And having the Thunderbird insert. Let me get the microphone there. Hear that? That's the gas of the insert, basically allowing you to use your favorite Zippo without having to bother with refilling and the normal problem of Zippos drying up and such. Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of gas. The tank is quite small, but for someone that doesn't smoke like me, and you just want to have a a lighter that lights up whenever you need a flame, that works beautifully well. In terms of wallet, same as the one that I've had before. Haven't changed. I'm always looking around for something better. Haven't found something that's as compact as this, and that works as well as this one. So in spite of being kind of funky, looks very well. I know that Maxpedition has some spec off. Some of you guys have mentioned before in the comments some other models to check out. I still like this one best. Not closed, open to any other suggestions, anything. If I ever find anything better, I will not doubt in upgrading or changing. And my keychain, still using the Through Night T, also titanium. I love that it starts on the Firefly mode, because this is the one that I use mostly, especially for these smaller flashlights. The Firefly mode is, I like that it doesn't have a memory mode. It starts always with that one. And in case you ever need it, yeah, it's insanely bright as well. Well, so we have the Pico pry bar there, titanium lighter as backup. Basically, as I've explained before many times, the keychain for me is backup of everything else. I have a knife, I have a flashlight, I have a ton of backup of all these different tools here as well. I have the UV light, which is more for detecting counterfeit bills. I'm not really using it a lot lately, to be completely honest. Mini Champ, which proper video on it, but tons of tools there. I did replace the one that had the red LED with one that has the tweezers, which I find to be more useful, especially because I already have 3-4 flashlights all over the place here, so that makes more sense to me. SanDisk Cruiser Fit USB drive, much smaller than my old Iron Key, which was much bigger than this. Level of encryption not as good, but still decent enough. This would be something new, and this is something that I actually like quite a bit. This is also from True Utility, the guys that did the Nanolight, same company that does this. It makes this little thing. This is basically a USB port on one side and micro USB on the other side. So this basically allows you to charge your cell phone, as long as it uses a micro USB port, of course, not iPhones. But with this, you can basically connect it to a computer for downloading information, for reading files and such, and of course for charging as well. Sometimes I've noticed that it happens that there's sometimes a laptop floating around, or at least a USB port, but you don't actually have the cable. Finding the cable, it's pretty ubiquitous. It's pretty much easy to find in any store. But sometimes when you actually need it, you don't have it with you. And this is something that I've been thinking about for quite some time, but never actually found one. And when I did, I was pretty excited. Yes, silly, the kind of things that I get happy about. But I love the idea of having this in the keychain so as to connect with computers or for charging my cell phone. This is something that I don't think it's going to be leaving my keychain anytime soon. I think it takes up very little space, and it's something that can come in very, very handy. And of course I keep this in this leather pouch in my pocket so as to avoid the jiggling and the puncturing through the thinner pocket fabric. I also have the headphones for the cell phone, which allows it to be used as an antenna for the FM radio. This has an FM radio integrated, but you need the headphones, which works as an antenna. So in case everything goes to hell, at least you will be able to hear FM radio to see what's going on. This is kept in the pocket along with the keys. And finally, my watch, same as before, a Casio Pro Trick, a titanium wristband, and yes, my Mr. Perfect wristband as well. This was a Father's Day gift, and just to remind me of how wonderful I am, and above all, my best characteristic being so humble and all. Yeah, just a joke for my family, but I did like it, and every once in a while I wear it. So folks, that's gonna be all for now. Oh yeah, a couple more things. Actually, one more thing. This is also something that I was thinking of including in the keychain. Is still trying a little bit with it. It's great because it's a flash drive, a USB flash storage, but I think it's 32. Here we go. Dual USB drive, 16 gigabits, and you have both a micro USB and USB. So you're able of connecting it with your cell phone. So for reading information in your cell phone and such, and connecting it to your computer, nice little device. Still trying it out, and having problems because of the case being so big. Doesn't always fit, but still considering it and trying it out. That's gonna be all for now, folks. I hope you enjoy your weekend. Have a great day. Remember to subscribe, share, and like. Take care. See you on our next video.